Welcome to episode 94. It is like 20 degrees outside in Pennsylvania. I hope you're warm. I hope you're healthy and all that stuff. Today, what we're going to talk about, this is a lesson. I'm kind of ashamed of myself because this is another lesson that should have been taught long ago. All right. The idea of mastering your fingerboard. Part one, we'll say, mastering your fingerboard, because that means a lot of stuff, mastery of the fingerboard. The first thing we're going to talk about when it comes to mastering your fingerboard is note names. If you don't know your note names, you're playing at a deficit. You're learning at a deficit. You're accepting the fact that you're only going to learn so much. And at a slower speed, a way slower speed. So this is one of those things that if you put the 30 minutes in and learning your fingerboards and you come up with some sort of routine that gets you to learn where your notes are, you put the 30 minutes in, it's going to save you countless hours. Countless hours. In the long run. All right. So how do we do it? And why do we do it? Well, it depends on who you are. If you're a rhythm guitar player, never want to be Jimi Hendrix, never want to be Yngwie Malmsteen, never want to be Al Di Meola or whoever it is. You never want to play that lead guitar stuff, Eddie Van Halen. That's all right. Rhythm guitar players have to know chords. And if it takes you a week to learn songs because you have to go into a chord dictionary and to figure out the chords of a song one at a time, then that's a big waste of time. A week versus 30 minutes. All right? So we want to learn chords in all keys. We don't want to be held back. We want to learn chords in all keys. Off of any note. Okay? So, if you're a lead guitar player, all your scales, your patterns, your tone sets, your arpeggios, all your things that make lead guitar playing and melodic playing happen, you have to play in key too. In order to play in key, you have to know where your notes are. It's not guesswork. People talk about, is there a quick thing? This is the quick thing. Learn to play in key. Learn what key is. Learn where your D notes are. All right. So with that said, that's what we're going to talk about today. How we get at least the three bottom strings together. We're going to say three bottom strings. That's going to be our goal, to learn the three bottom strings. What are the hacks? And I know a lot of them because this was something that I had to work on. Okay, and I've been teaching for 36 years. Taught lots and lots of people these principles. Okay? If they learned it, they're doing great things, and they have, the sky's the limit. That's what I want out of you. I want the sky's the limit. Okay, so the first thing, I think the first thing is, our goal is to be able to play, to be able to know the notes on your three bottom strings, at least. Okay? So, but in order to do that, let's start with the open strings. So the open strings are eat a darn good burrito every day. So eat a darn good burrito every day. E-A-D-G-B-E-B-G-D-A-E. No forwards and backwards. Your open strings. The names of your open strings. Eat a darn good burrito every day. Now, hack number one, the double dot. That's eat a darn good burrito every day as well. It's an octave higher. An octave meaning 8 notes within the scale. It's the same notes. All right? And these are what I call hot spots. In other words, if I'm asking you where an E note is, these are going to be the ones you know right away. Bam, E, right, bam, E. Okay? Ones you know right away without any thought at all. Okay, get them down quick. Okay? Now the third hotspot, there are 3 hotspots. And then the third hotspot is going to be your 7th fret. That's that Star Trek riff. Okay? That is B, E, A, D, the 7th fret. That is going to be my 3rd dot on my guitar. 7th fret. It spells B, B note, E note, A note, D note. Okay? So we have a hot spot here, we have a hot spot here, we have a hot spot here. I'll make sure I'm hitting it because I can't see things here. Okay, so with that said, that's a start. Get those 3 things down first. Now, in music, it helps to know a little bit of music theory that when we learn notes off the fingerboard, it is going to be alphabetical. When I say alphabetical, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So if this is E, this is not going to be G. Okay, this is E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, okay? So after E comes F, after F comes G. Now sometimes you're going to have a half step, sometimes you're going to have whole steps. What is a half step? Half step is between E and F. There are 2 adjacent notes within the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Within those notes, E and F, there's a half step, and B and C, there's a half step. Wherever E is, F is a half step away. Wherever B is, a half step. C is a half step away. So B, C, E, F, B, C, B, C. All right? All right. So with that said, E, F, B, C, those are your half steps. Next trick is, these are our hotspots. Learn the notes before and after. So this is B, this is C, we already talked about. Before B in the alphabet is A. So you go down a whole step from B, and that's your A note. We also know that's an A note because if you ever learn to tune your guitar, if you ever learn to tune your guitar like that method, that's an A. It's unison with the neighboring open string. Okay, so that's going to be this is going to be B, this is going to be A, this is B, C, this is E. Now you want to learn your E's, your rock guitar players, rhythm guitar players. You want to learn E solid. You want to learn E solid because there's ridiculous amounts of songs that have it's in the key of E. So E and D are kind of a common movement. So wherever E is, D is a whole step down. So like that song Gloria. Or Can't Explain by The Who. E, D, E, D, E, E, F, E, F. Okay, so E, F, E, D. Okay, B, A, B, C. Now we only have one more note. Okay, we have, and then the trick to that one more note is you remember your open chords. Hopefully by now you have learned your open chords. If not, go back and learn your open chords. You'll never not need to know your open chords. As long as you're playing music that isn't esoteric, it's in rock, it's in folk, it's in pop, it's in all kinds of stuff. Unless you're playing esoteric jazz, unless you're playing that kind of stuff, esoteric jazz, and you hate all other kinds of music, you're always going to be playing open chords in some fashion in your lifetime. This is your G chord. Here's the hack. In your open chords, the lowest note of the open chord, which is this second finger, lowest note, lowest string, That's a G note. So we know this is E, this is F. We know this is B, this is A. Now we know this is G. So that's all the notes on the low E string. Okay, the same holds true with most of your open chords. We can mess things up. I can play a C chord like that, but normally when we play a C chord, your open C is like that, right? That's your C. That's your C note. Okay? All right. That's your G, that's your C. Now when we play an open D, that open D note is your D minor, D7, doesn't matter, D minor 7. All of those chords, D is the lowest note. A minor, A is the lowest note. E minor, E is the lowest note. B7, B is the lowest note. All right? C. All right, C is the lowest note. So learn the names of the notes of your open chords, and then the lowest finger, that's going to be your C. That's going to be your B. Okay, this is your E note. Down a whole step, as we said before, down a whole step from E to D. That's going to be a hot spot. In the neighboring notes from the hot spot. Okay, so this is A. We said that's A. That's A. The letter before A in the musical alphabet is G. All right? Okay. Does that make sense? A to G. Okay, now, the next thing we want to do is we want to get the D string together too. All right, your D string. Same principles apply. This is D. This is D. This is B, E, A. All right. So learn the hotspot notes. D, D, A. Learn that A, G. This is your F chord. That's your F. This is your D. That's your E. All right. So, and another trick we can do, saying you know where G is, go over 2 frets and 2 strings down. That's a higher G. That's an octave. Okay, so it's a visualization trick. So I know that's a G. I know that's a G. If I'm real comfortable with that as an A, then that's an A. All right? Okay, so the E, A, and D. Now, this is going to be key to our next lesson, getting these notes together and getting these down. This is going to make it real easy for us to make our chord vocabulary, bring it up to the top, and also our melody vocabulary, lead guitar vocabulary. Okay, 2 more tricks. When we are learning the notes on the fingerboard, do not creep up and do that to learn it. This is E, this is F sharp, this is G, this is G. Don't do that. Okay, because whenever I ask my students who practice that way, what they do is like, where's B? And they go, and they creep up. That's not knowing the fingerboard. What you need to know is that's B. Okay, so the way we do that is we take the music theory principle of cycle of fifths and cycle of fourths. So if I have the cycle of fourths, it is an order of notes that you can practice these chords in. So this is B, this is E, this is A, this is D, this is G, this is C, this is F. That gets you jumping out of order. Okay, or you could use a cycle of fifths. F, F, C, G, D, A, E, B. Okay, on all 3 strings. On all 3 strings. Now what you can also do is you can put a metronome on it. Okay, you can make it do this in time and get faster at it and faster at it. Another thing you can do is F, 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 F. Okay, here's another hack. Said the other cycle of fourths and cycle of fifths. I said that was the last hack. This, once you know this is low E string, this high E string is the same note names because it's an E string. So if you know this is an F, so is this. Okay? That gives us only two other strings to learn at a future date. All right? So this is my lesson. All the things I know on how to get your fingerboard stuff together. Okay, maybe you can go F, F, G, G, A, B, 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 C, C. Okay? Practice those things. Practice those things as well. All right? So fingerboard learning mastery part 1. Episode 94. Get it down. It's going to help you in ridiculous ways, and you're going to be able to get those chords together, and that's what we're going to do in the next lesson. We'll talk about that. So until next time, I will see you later. This is Rod, Boomer Guitar Sessions. I know you can do this. Make it fun. Enjoy the process, and I'll see you next time. Hi, this is Rod from Boomer Guitar Sessions. I personally wanted to thank you for being part of our community. If you like what we're doing here and you want to see more of it, please hit the like, subscribe, and share. And this helps me spread my musical messages to all over the world. Thank you. I appreciate you. And always remember, you can do this.